Before the video today, once again, the spammers are hard at work trying to wrangle money out of all of you through the comment replies. So do not contact anyone that's pretending to be me via a phone number, text, phone calls, anything like that in the comments. I will never ask you to contact me via a phone number through the comment section. So what they're doing is, on these giveaway videos, they're telling you that you're the winner, you know, pretending to be me, and here you got to pay for shipping. And I don't know what kind of shipping prices they got, but, you know, UPS, $149, FedEx, $151. So the best thing you can do for yourself is, first of all, when you see a video from me, click on it and watch it, because if you had seen those two videos talking about these spammers, you wouldn't have gotten wrangled up in that. So at least click on my videos and watch them, and if I got something to tell you about it, I will. Do not respond with these people. Unless you want to mess with them, by all means, have fun with it. But it's not me. I don't ever charge anyone shipping when you win something. That's on me. That's part of the winning. You get it for nothing. All it just shows up at your door. So I wouldn't ask you to pay for shipping ever on something. That should be the clue right there. So let's get into the video. It's a pretty good story. Hold on, buddy. I'm coming. I see what you've done. Oh, I see. You're out around the bike? That's it? Oh, that's an easy one. Okay, this way. Around here. Come on. Around here. This way. There you go. You sit. Oh, don't grumble at me. You grumbling about all the time. Okay, ready? This way. Come on. But I wanted to bring y'all along this morning on this walk. I wanted to tell a story of something that happened, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. It's like a situation that I feel like I didn't handle very well. We were at our camp. A woman Oops. Hey, Scraps. Was that the airplane movie where the dog's name was Rags or Scraps? Something like that? It's always stuck in my head. So anytime I see a dog or walking, I always call it Rags and Scraps. Those are the dog names I use. Lefty, holy moly, dude. Look at this. Looks like a Grateful Dead concert. What the heck are you doing? So a woman contacted me through Instagram, actually. And she, I guess, follows me on Instagram. And she had a problem with her solar system. She has it's like a Class C. You know, I'm thinking fuse, circuit breaker, something's unplugged, and that I might be able to just pinpoint it really quickly, you know. So we made plans, and she came by. It was about 12:30. Nice sunny, warm day. Again, this is like 4 or 5 days ago. And hold on. Stop taking me through these channels. Okay, let's go. What? So she came by and she pulled up and parked, you know, 25 feet from the nose of my truck. Perfect, because it's out of the reach of Lefty's long leash that he's on out there. And so we talked, and she was describing to me her system and all that, and then ultimately I had to go up inside of her camper to check things out, right? And Lefty does this all the time. He barks, and I'm out of his reach. And so he was barking pretty steadily while I was up inside of her truck. And
you know, I knew that this was just going to be a 5-10 minute thing. And as much as his barking was annoying me, and I'm sure annoying everyone else, I just, you know, had decided I was going to have to just kind of grind through it until I was finished. Which, again, if I was going to be, you know, an hour or 2 hours, I wouldn't have set it up like that. I would have made different arrangements. You know, when I worked on Pam's rig, she's like, no, just let him sit inside. He just wants to go inside the camper when I'm working on it, or inside of it. And that's what he did in Pam's rig. He actually got up in her driver's seat, just like he does in mine, and took over. And at one point, I think I was up on the roof and her horn honked. And I looked down, I'm like, what? And she goes, oh, that's Lefty. He's in there beeping the horn while I'm up on the roof working. So I'm up inside of her rig, and Lefty's out there pretty consistently just like, roar, 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 you know, barking. Now, just context here, you know, we've been camped in this area here for a while, and, you know, Lefty has his moments where he barks when we're playing, or I come back from a bike ride. You've seen him in the videos. He barks a little bit, and or when somebody walks by, he'll bark, or if a vehicle drives up near our camp, he'll bark. But you know, those are short little bursts, and then they're over. But this time was, again, it was like 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, but 10 minutes seems like it wasn't that long, like 8 minutes. At one point, I stepped back out of her camper, and suddenly there was this elderly gentleman standing there. You know, obviously a guy that's living out here, very rugged looking, you know, very much just you know, what they call a desert rat, you know. And he's kind of standing there. He's got a big long walking stick, and I'm, you know, working on her rig and talking to her as I'm walking, and I see him, and then I just kind of, I assumed maybe he knew them and he was saying hi, or he had pulled up in his truck and knew them or something, but I didn't really think about it. And I kind of went around to the other cabinet I was looking at and kept on doing what I was doing. And, you know, back in and out around the other side of her truck, and back up inside, and then back outside. And when I came outside this next time, this woman, her friend that was with her, I heard her say, oh, he wants his daddy. And I said, oh, I just have to kind of block it out, you know, talking about Lefty's barking. And that's when this older gentleman voiced up and said, well, the rest of us can't do that. And I kind of stopped. Now, at this point, I was totally done. We were now just going to talk about stuff, but I had come to the end of my troubleshooting. I wasn't able to pinpoint what was going on, but I was done at this point. So now I'm standing next to Lefty. He's not barking anymore. And this older guy has started to share with me that that's not why people come out to these areas. They come out here for peace and quiet, and they don't want to hear a dog barking like that. And for whatever reason, like, regular me would have said, you know, yeah, I'm sorry, it's all over now, and he'll be quiet. But for some reason, and I could feel it boil inside of me, it was like a physical feeling, I said to him, well, what do you want? What would you like me to do about it? Because, like, I felt like I was waiting for him to say, you need to move, you know? He goes, I'd like you to quiet him down. And I pointed down at Lefty. I said, well, he's quiet. And, you know, I said, have you ever had a problem with us before in his barking? This guy says, no. I said, because I've been here for a while and you haven't come over to complain before. He goes, well, I've been here for a while too, and it hasn't been a problem. And the conversation just kind of, it was going nowhere, just kind of back and forth of me being kind of a smart ass and him trying to proclaim that I guess he's the mayor of this camp area and what he says goes. Now, the conversation with him ended, and I kind of smart-assingly said to him, well, thanks for walking all the way over here to let me know this, because he's camped all the way on the other side of the area that we're in, and he's backed up into the trees to the wash over there. And he's been in that exact same spot. Now, after he walked away and I'd said my goodbyes to these two women, it struck me that I know this guy. I've met him before down at Tara and Dottie's. His name is, I'm not going to say his name, but he's been down there. And the last time when I met him, which was just like 2 weeks prior to this happening, we were all chatting. There was several people down there, and he then came over to me and he goes, I just got to come over and tell you, he said, I just love your dog. And I'm so, oh, thank you. He said, it's just such a terrific dog and really well-mannered and really nice dog. He goes, I just wanted to let you know that. I said, well, thank you. So that's this same guy that, 2 weeks later decided that 8 minutes of barking was enough to get him riled enough to come walking over. Now, the speed he walks and the distance, it probably took him 3 minutes to walk from his camp to mine, which means that by my estimate, if only 5 minutes had gone by of Lefty making noise, that he decided to get up and come over and fire up on us. Second part to this story is not 30 seconds after he walked away, this green SUV pulls up, kind of where my little camp area joins back into the dirt road. She pulls up there and stops and says, and I'm gonna imitate her voice because it was just like this. Here we go. Is that your dog that's down here going bark, 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 bark? And I'm, at this point, Lefty's not making any noise and we're all standing there with him. And again, the normal me would have just said, well, he's quieted down now and he'll be quiet now. But on this day, this moment, again, I could feel it come up inside of me, and I said, well, no, it's that guy down there at the other end, and just kind of pointed my arm in a general direction. I said, no, it's someone down there. That's what I said, and just kind of pointed my arm off in a different direction. And then she drove off, and I'll be danged, I kind of watched a couple minutes later. She drove all around all the different camps down here, driving right up, like right to people's campers on the hunt for whose dog was barking. And for that, I feel bad that I subjected people to that. But, over the next day, I kind of went over and over this in my mind. And I'm like, why was I such a dick to these people? I don't know what got into me. I think, I was frustrated because I couldn't help this woman with her solar system. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. So not at my best. And then I started having like these fear moments of, I hope one of these people doesn't try to take revenge on my nasty comments and come over and, throw Lefty a piece of bad beef or something like that. That's always a concern. A guy the other day told me that he had a dog similar to Lefty, same type breed, and that someone poisoned it and killed it. And that, that stuck in my mind, just thinking, like, how could a person be so cruel to do something like that? But, there's all kinds of folks, and wouldn't put anything past anybody. Oh, we're kind of stuck here, dude. I want to get off of this. Let's go through here and get back on the dirt, okay? It's always interesting to come across these BLM signs out here when you feel like you're not close to anything, and then you find these signs. And so this is off-highway vehicle recreation fund, so this is kind of a posted trail. And there are, come on, left, this way. There are trails up in here that actually show up on Google Maps. And they're just dirt trails, but they show up and they all have names. So thanks everyone for coming along on our walk this morning. Oh no, here is some real dramatic. So all of this right here, you can see this is where the water just comes pouring down in here when it's monsoon season. So you see all of this debris and such that carried along with it. I can't imagine. That must be really something to see. I mean, look at all this that's all smashed from this. So this whole rock wash here and all of this wood and trees, and this must just be, I mean, look at this right here. Holy moly. Look at that. Just a torrent. And then you can see the cliff over there where it cuts into that cliff and turns down that way. But holy moly. Dude, you really want to go this way? Walking in this pea gravel here is really tough.
We are back from town. We just got settled and we're going to go ahead and do the drawing for the Gulu booster pack. I'm recording the screen here. I've got the YouTube URL pasted in. I've got the keyword Gulu. Okay, let's see how many of you entered this time. I think the last drawing it was like 129 entries. 658 people. There we go. Mario Gonzalez. Mario, congratulations. You're the winner of the Gulu. Comment says, I really like your channel. It's been very helpful. Well, I'm glad. That's what it's here for. So Mario, congratulations. Get in touch with me. We'll go ahead and get this thing shipped out to you. I've got it right there, and I got a box ready just like a real professional. Thanks, everybody. You've got the Bluetti giveaway coming up. You've got the FXT camera system coming up. And then after that, we've got another power station with solar panels. And after that, we've got a cell signal booster. So we still got a lot of great stuff coming up. So make sure if you need these things that you get entered when I post those videos. Thanks everyone for being here and watching the channel. Very appreciated. Very, very, very much.